Hi, welcome to Some Things You Should Know, the show where we're going to be talking about some relevant and not so relevant information about current events in the world that have been happening this past week. I'm Lauren, let's get started. The first thing you should know, the Rolling Stone magazine retracted an article this week that detailed a horrific gang rape at a University of Virginia frat party. This article turned out to have false information that the victim, Jackie, made up. Unfortunately, the real crime here is not that Rolling Stone fact-checkers and reporters epically failed at their jobs in this instance, but that rape victims are losing credibility. Many rape victims are already believed to fabricate their rape or are blamed for the event that's not even their fault. 98% of rapists don't spend even one day in jail for their actions. 68% of sexual assaults are not reported to the police. 2/3 of assaults are committed by someone known to the victim, and 80% of victims are under 30 years old. And for those of you at Rolling Stone, those are called actual credible facts. The second thing you should know, Yemen. Pakistan has decided against military participation in Yemen after much debate. Saudi Arabia had asked for help, but Pakistan's decided they want to remain neutral. But what exactly is going on? The usual. People are fighting over who gets to have the most power, land, and resulting in unnecessary blood loss. Other than that, I'm not really sure. But the main fight is between the Houthi rebels and the president, who was forced to flee the country earlier this year. Both of those parties are opposed by Al-Qaeda in the Arabian Peninsula. But wait, there's more. There's a Yemen group affiliated with ISIS who just joined the party in March. Now there's a group of Arab states launching airstrikes on the Houthi rebels. There have been rumors that Iran is backing the Houthi rebels, but they say no, they support the president. A Houthi takeover would be bad, and they've declared that is what they're doing, but they're a minority group from the north, and the south is calling their bluff. The third thing you should know, Swedish monkeys. No, this is not a new type of Swedish fish, unfortunately. Saudi Arabia and Sweden have had a tiff which has some unusual collateral damage. Saudi Arabia has said no to monkeys from Sweden being transferred to one of their zoos after a diplomatic fight. Sweden is upset over human rights in Saudi Arabia, and the ambassador from Saudi Arabia to Sweden has been forced to be recalled back to his countries. But the monkeys, what did they do wrong? Once again, humans and primates everywhere lose when the government can't get it together. The fourth thing you should know, the Boston bomber trial. Tsarnaev is finally on trial after setting off several bombs at the finish line of the Boston Marathon in 2013. He's been found guilty on multiple counts against him, including setting off the bombs that killed several people, including an 8-year-old boy, injuring over 300 people, and shooting a security guard. The jury has still to decide if Tsarnaev will get the life without parole or the death penalty. In Massachusetts, where the trial is being held, it doesn't have the death penalty, but it's a federal case, so the death penalty is a possibility. He may not get the death penalty if it's decided that his brother was the brains behind most of it, but the defendant's attorney hasn't had the best of luck with that yet. The fifth thing you should know, Cuba and U.S. relations. OMG, you'll never guess who I saw talking to Cuba. The U.S. Secretary of State, John Kerry. Does anyone else get him confused with Jim Carrey? No? Just me? Okay. Has met with his Cuban counterpart to talk amidst news the U.S. State Department has recommended that Cuba be removed from the list of states that sponsor terrorism. A big no-no in our book. And not only that, but Obama, the big kahuna himself, is attending the Summit of the Americas in Panama on Friday, and everyone is on the edge of their seat to see how he and Cuba's president, Raul Castro, rock it out after that awkward 50 years of being enemies. This is great for Cuba, although, they never did think that they did anything wrong in the first place. This is huge, apparently. But you know what's bigger? Hummus. Which brings us to the sixth thing you should know. Hummus. A little bit of background on hummus. Hummus is a very popular dish in the Middle East, but has a wide following in the West as well. It consists mainly of mashed chickpeas, tahini, olive oil, lemon juice, salt, a bit of garlic, and now listeria. Yum. Listeria is a foodborne illness which causes fever and nausea and is not fatal unless you have a weakened immune system. Sabra has recalled 30,000 cases of hummus due to a possible contamination of Listeria bacteria. What a tongue twister. No one has died or reported illness from this yet, so that's good. But Listeria has also been found in Bluebell ice cream products. A sad day for ice cream lovers everywhere. Thankfully, I ate Ben & Jerry's, and Dreyer's, and every other brand. Speaking of delicious dairy products, fun fact, National Grilled Cheese Day is Sunday the 12th. Let's see how many cheeses I can name. Brie, Gruyere, cheddar, fromage. Fromage is actually just cheese in another language, so I guess that's that. Thanks for watching, everyone. This has been Some Things You Should Know, and we'll see you next week. Have a wonderful weekend.